Hi everyone. Let's talk about AEW Collision, which was a good show. Let's talk about it, guys. So we had the Bang Bang Gang defeating FTR, which was a fun match. Let's talk about it. So Stokely Hathaway was confronted by Bandito and Gravity in the crowd, and Stokely Hathaway runs away, but Jet Speed blocks his path, and the Luchadors brothers hit a double super kick on Stokely, and Bandito turns around to super kick Cash Wheeler as Dex Hardwood lanes to the ropes, and Austin Gunn shrinks with a fame asser, and then Juice Robinson closed out the win with his finisher on Dex Hardwood, and that's what happened, guys, and that's how the Bang Bang Gang defeated FTR. Then Kyle Fletcher points out that Mark Briscoe wins either way, no matter the result at Full Gear. The boy will have the TNA title or be forced to join the Don Callis family, and Okada interrupts to try to turn Kyle Fletcher against Tutesta, and Okada recovers to himself and Kyle Fletcher as captain of the Don Callis family. Okada gives them the name Protesta, Pro, Prota Okada or Prota Okada, something to that point. Proto Okada. Then then we had Kyle Fletcher fences Ace Austin, and Kyle Fletcher defeated Ace Austin to retain the TNT Championship. Let's talk about it, guys. Kyle Fletcher controls the pace early and then leads to a rally from Ace, and then the heat turns up when Ace went for the full finisher, and Kyle Fletcher caught him to the corner for a brainbuster, and Ace Austin shows heart to kick out on the cover, and Ace Austin c- scores a few Nancy pins, and then strikes were in change, and Kyle Fletcher clobbers Ace Austin on a loud lariat that was beginning of the end, and Kyle Fletcher nails a running knee in the corner and closes with a super buckle brainbuster and accepts Ace Austin's head and hits the top rope instead, and then the impact still results in the win. And then Chris Enter criticized Mercedes Monet for not being forced on the AEW Women's Championship, and Saint Daddy has totally forced on her title, and this isn't some side piece. And Chris Enter infused the tag title tournament so that Mercedes will now have full force, even with the CEO in full force. It should wouldn't be more a difference when Chris Enter retains at full gear. And then Don Callis approached the Death Riders, and the Don Callis family has stand out of John Moxley's business to a sense benefits, and Don Callis assents that he would own a favor to them if they take out Mark Briscoe in Blood and Guts, and the Death Riders were confronts in victory. Then they will step aside and allow Kyle Fletcher to do as he please with Mark Briscoe's body, and John Moxley was insulted at the idea that he needs any favors from Don Callis, and Claudio was eyeing Kyle Fletcher's TNT title. Then we had Ty Mello and NJ defeating Maya World and NJ. I'll say it again. Maya World and Ayan. I'll say it again. Achin. And a swash by Team Winners finisher with a gory special into a knee strike, and that's how they won. And then Athena was not happy about being pinned by Harley Cameron, and the forever champion will defend her world title against Harley Cameron on Ring of Honor television. And looks, excuse me, Athena looks forward to beating the crap out of Harley Cameron, and that's what happened right there. And then we had the women's blood and guts advantage matches. Jimmy Hayter defeated Sky Blue in a good match, and Blue ascends down the stretch, and Jimmy Hayter blocks Cold Blue to sense onto the top for a pin and kicks out after some back and forth moments. And Jimmy Hayter crushes Blue with a Haterade, and the score is 1-1. And then Triangle of Madness attacks Jimmy Hayter. Then Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron make the save, and Security break it up before the next match. Then we had the other advantage match. Tekla defeated Harley Cameron, which is a good match. And Harley starts strong, and Tekla turn the sights with a series of suplex on the floor, and Tekla controls the pace from there. And Harley Cameron rallies with short cuts of since Swan dive, and Tekla connects on the spider spear to win. And the heels will have the advantage in the blood and guts, which we already talked about that. And then Jet Speed aren't done with FTR in the meantime, and they will enter the Casino Gauntlet for the AEW National Championship at Full Gear, and may the best man win. Then Anthony Bowens announces that the Acclaim are never coming back, and they tried to work together, but they could not do it. And Anthony Bowens is moving forward alone, uh, appear on the Full Gear pre-show, and Max Caster will do the same, and Lex Miller sh- Shane's in that, and Anthony Bowens and Matt Caster have higher ratings and merch sales when together since to numbers from Tony Khan, and it was a spin that the Acclaim will book again as a tag team, and they were not happy about it, and that's what happened right there. Then we had the main event, which was crazy. This was a crazy main event, but let's talk about it. So Roderick Strong defeated John Moxley by the count out with Darby Allin, scratching John Moxley's leg, which we'll talk about that here in a second. So Roderick's actions, and then Roderick Strong has moments for a superplex and a gutbuster when he runs the rope, and Maria Shafir strips him, and Moxley capitalized for an implant DDT, but Strong kicks out, and Kyle O'Reilly confronts Shafir, and Wheeler Yuta slips Kyle O'Reilly in the knee, and the ref injects Shafir and Yuta, and Pac comes into boot, and Strong beats the 10 count. Then Moxley shrimp stomp him more outside business, and leads to Strong slamming Daniel Garcia out the apron through a table. Then Roger Strong hits a fell Nelson slam to John Moxley into the ring steps. Then the ref starts his count, and then Moxley was up and ready to re-enter around 8, but someone under the ring grabbed his foot to drag him down, and the ref count to 10, and the victory went to Roger Strong, and the mystery hand was Darby Allin with a carnal Prost, and the babyface had the advantage for blood and guts. And that's what happened, guys. And I'm telling you guys, this show was good. I'm telling you. This show was good, man. And like I can't wait to talk about more about, talk about next week's shows and stuff, and talk about, SmackDown, probably Sunday I'll probably talk about SmackDown and talk about Collision um Sunday too and stuff. Sunday I'll probably do Collision and SmackDown. And I'm gonna go to a wrestling show called called Trailblazer Championship Wrestling, and a shout out for me for that, and a shout out to Mass Frost. He's going to Next Level Pro Wrestling. So yes, guys, Next Level Pro Wrestling for Max Frost, and for me, Trailblazer Championship Wrestling, guys. So yes, guys, that's all I have to say, and I give this Collision a 9.5 out of 10, and it was a great show, and I loved it. So yes, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, guys. This is CJD 2006. This is CJD 2006. Christopher Jackson, Denver 2006. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, and we're out. Peace out. Take care.